Pep, a draw at least ends the run of defeats. Are you frustrated you couldn't go on and win the game?
We play really good, but they are in the period right now that is that what happened? That we create, we concede, the first time arrive, but yeah, keep going.
Did you see a bit more of the confidence that you said you were looking for prior to the game in your team to build on into the next few games?
Yeah, maybe we have to try. Confident will be with the results because always is in our mind, but the performance against that team was really good, defensively, offensively. We shoot a lot in the 80-yard box, but unfortunately we could not get the result that we wanted.
Jordan Pickford is the first Premier League goalkeeper to save a penalty from Erling Haaland. Was it brilliance from Pickford or more Haaland just having one of those days again?
I don't want to take it away from Pickford, but I think when we do a run on Haaland, it might be one of those days for him. But it wasn't the greatest of penalties. It gave Pickford, he didn't have to overstretch to save it, but nonetheless, I do want to give Pickford credit. It's not easy to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see the incident that leads to a penalty, and it was clear-cut, I think, for both of you.
Yes, for me, it definitely was, and this is part of the thing that me and Karen highlighted, the wingers being positive, going at that defenders, and he does that, he nicks the ball away, and for me, I said it was a definite penalty because he catches him quite high on the knee.
I think he slips, so at first I thought, okay, this would be curious, but as Sean says, he does catch him on his right knee, so in the end I think it was an easy decision for everyone, and the referee made the decision himself, and then you're thinking, as Sean said, positive.
This one, I thought he was unlucky. He tried to control it across the defender to give himself more time on that left foot, and it ricochets into Pickford's. And this one, I think the ball was maybe a bit too high, or he got underneath it, and that was kind of the running theme today for him. It was just like almost there, and the thing you have to give him is he keeps trying to get himself back in those positions to try and correct what he maybe did wrong the time before that. So for me, he's just got to keep getting himself there.
He's not the first player to have a penalty saved, and he's not the first centre forward to go on a bit of a bad run, but you don't want to rule Haaland out. He's still got 13 goals this season, and where all the pressure shouldn't be on him. Guardiola's the next highest goal scorer in Manchester City's team. So a lot of emphasis goes on Haaland, but sometimes when you actually think about it, it's unfair given the quality of that City team.
Yeah, so a share of the spoils, but it could have been even worse for Manchester City late on because Everton had that break late on. What is City doing here?
Well, they're clearly pushing for the goal late on in the game, but they left themselves wide open, and Dyche's teams, as you know, always got energy to try and make those last effort runs. I think that he makes the wrong decision there in terms of way he attacks, and when it's 4v2 at this level, you expect to have a clean shot, at least on the go, and make the keeper work. But I think every step that they did there in that attack, for me, was wrong, Kaz.
When you break in, as Sean said, you've got to break full pelt. They just allowed City to get back in shape. That was a big chance.
Yeah, well, we've already heard from one of the goalkeepers today. Let's hear from the other one. Here's Manchester City goalkeeper Stefan Ortega.
Well, just a point today. Did you do enough to deserve all three?
I think so. When you see how we play today in that situation where we are right now, I don't know how many chances we had, how many shots on target, clear chances. I think this is the only thing which we could do better today, like score goals, more than one.
It was a fast start. That's what you were looking for, I guess.
Yeah, of course. We know that we can play quick and good football. The confidence right now is a bit lower than usual. But I think with all the surroundings, we played really good. The goal we conceded, I think was a great finish of the winger there. The corners we defended really well. They're really tough in their set pieces. So I think we just had a lot of chances to score more goals.
When they equalised, the crowd seemed to get a little bit tense. Did you feel that on the pitch?
I think everyone, because everyone had the feeling we are really good in the game, and then it was one situation where we conceded a goal, but the reaction after of the supporters around the team, staff, the bench, was really good because in the last weeks we normally conceded another goal straight after the first one. I think we did, in this case, we did well.
You're still right in the middle of a very difficult run. What is it going to take to turn the corner for Manchester City?
Yes, it's easy. Score more goals.
Interesting to hear him saying there that everyone was tense the second they conceded the equaliser.
I think what was more interesting as well, that he, instead of saying, sometimes when you score, you've seen City in the past to go the other end and get two, where he was like, thank God we didn't concede any more. So the mindset is already like it's already kind of defensive, and I thought his whole conversation was very interesting, very honest, but very, very interesting on that anxiety piece that you mentioned and not conceding more, which is their mindset, which is strange.
Yeah, the other thing that stood out for me as well, as we look at Manchester City, still only one win in the last 13 matches in all competitions. What they could have improved on today, he said, was just score some of those chances.
Yeah, but I've seen them in quite a few of the games in this run that they're in and the form that they're in, and there's been a few of those games where they've possessed the ball the same way they did today, made chances and don't score. And it is true what you said, normally they make one or two mistakes and those mistakes end up in 2 goals, whereas today I'd say in many ways they handled those mistakes a lot better. They tried to get back in quicker. And yeah, like I think I've been on those runs where you're just, whatever you do, for whatever reason, you just can't win a game, and you could be playing well and then the team goes down the other end and scores a goal against you, and your head does drop a little bit, or you do get a little bit nervous because it's like, oh my God, here we go again sort of thing. But so I think they did the right thing. Of course, they should have won that game. They had the chances to win the game, but I think if you're not going to win a game, you don't want to lose it either. So they'll take the point, and I think they'll take that as a building block and kind of try and move forward with it.
Yeah, they made the best start, really. 14 minutes in, Bernardo Silva giving them the lead. Let's look at the goal that makes it 1-0 to City.
Yeah, I thought, me and Carol was talking about this all before, you got the wingers on there to do things what Doku just did there, and Bernardo's run was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, Bernardo, what he does, he just peels away, so it gives Doku that 1v1. As soon as that little run from Bernardo takes that space,